Good morning, world.
Good morning.
Well, Cedric sent me this picture earlier and wondered if I noticed anything. Do you guys notice anything?
We'll talk about it soon. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Although this is not the topic of conversation today, I did send this to Brian in a text because a few days ago we did a show on how Disney's became woke and how they're trying to indoctrinate our kids and do some grooming, is the word they're called, and sending subliminal messages. I didn't know if there was a subliminal message in this or not. I will leave it to you, the viewing audience, to decide what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey does have his arm around and he's rubbing something, and I just don't think it's a shoulder.
Okay, but we're not going to talk about that. You guys can leave it in the comment section.
Right,
we do need to talk about whatever this you got going on.
Somebody said that to never wear this again.
They were right.
So you saw from the title, we're going to be doing an Oingo Boingo song. It's kind of in response to a bunch of comments I got when we did Capitalism by Oingo Boingo. So this, if you don't see, I've had this since... let me walk around here, man.
Since Christ was a boy.
You can see right there. So I bought this during this tour, which I believe was in 1984, because that's when the album, because I had a song called 1984.
We couldn't decide last time. What is that? Is that teal? Is it fuchsia?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to be sexy. I just can't help it.
I don't think they're worried about that.
The buttons are gone. You can see there's like bleach stains all over, and I just can't get rid of it. I just can't. This was my youth. My ute.
Well, you're probably 30 pounds lighter when you bought that. Now the buttons kind of popped off.
I didn't have these. That's right.
Oh, jeez. All right, so this is going to be a true reaction to me, but it's not the actual song, right?
No, so it's the actual song. It's not the video, because they don't have a video. So we are doing Only a Lad.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Did you not have the video because you weren't prepared?
No, but they weren't prepared. But are you prepared?
Like Brian says, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families just like yours. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed for 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you may need it a lot sooner than that.
So don't wait. Go to www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. That's www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. All right, so before we get into it, some of the comments we got from when we did Capitalism. Go back and watch that. One of them said, "That shirt is a damn shame." Come on, man.
It is.
And then somebody said, "You should frame the shirt instead." I probably will eventually. But then a lot of people we're defending Danny as he's a leftist, he's a liberal. That song was just making fun of capitalists. Well,
and I'll be honest, I didn't know.
He did a good job then, because his points were good against all these socialist brats, as he says in the song. Yeah. So I decided to do another one by Oingo Boingo. And if those of you who aren't as old as we are, Oingo Boingo was headed by frontman Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman did a lot of this. He did a lot of movies. So for those going back to Edward Scissorhands, Batman, he does the Simpsons theme song, and The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course.
Yep.
But before then, he was in Oingo Boingo. He now says he's embarrassed about it. But I mean,
being an Oingo Boingo?
Just he's embarrassed about a lot of the old stuff he did, which is it's kind of an insult, because that was my high school days, junior high and high school, and I went every October. They would have a concert for Halloween, and I would go to all of them. That's where I got this fantastic shirt. But anyways, so for all those people out there that say, "Oh, Danny's on the left," and we know he's on the left. He married a Fonda, for crying out loud. So we know he's on the left. But his lyrics back then, if you go back and listen to Capitalism, you can tell he brought up all the stuff that people that are on the right bring up against people on the left, and he did a really good job. And this is another one that he wrote at the same time, same album. And you'll see by the words, we'll break them down.
Like I said before, I had no idea when we first did this review months ago And I said, if he is making fun of capitalism, he did an incredible job. To me, it's very similar to Saturday Night Live.
Well, he wasn't making fun of capitalism. He was making fun of the people who make fun of
capitalism.
Yeah.
He did a great job selling it. And it's very similar to the people on Saturday Night Live making fun of the Don't Say Gay bill that they did. It's like, they brought up some great points. And I know they're trying to make fun of it, but it's like, some of those points are solid.
Sometimes the satire.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go this again. Oingo Boingo did not make a video out of this, so this is just the lyrics for you to watch, and we'll stop it and break it down.
Okay.
I think you want to pop your head, doesn't it?
It's a long intro.
Yeah.
Bad, even as a child, everybody could tell. Everyone said if you don't get straight, you'll surely go to hell. But Johnny didn't care, he wasn't out by the time that he was 10 years old. He didn't want to do what he was told. Just a prankster, knew that I'm a gangster. His teachers didn't understand, they kicked him out of school at an early age just because he didn't want to learn things out of interests. He liked to burn things. The lady down the block, she had a radio that Johnny wanted oh so bad, and so he took the first chance he had, and then he shot her in the leg. But this is what she said: only a lie. You really can't blame him. Only a lie. Society made him. Only a lie. It's our responsibility. Only a lie. He really couldn't help it. Only a lie. He didn't want to do it. Only a lie. He's underprivileged and abused, perhaps a little bit confused.
Okay, so
I like that.
So this is the mentality, the victim mentality. It's not Johnny's fault who shot the person.
Right.
It's society. It's poor society. He's underprivileged and abused.
Yes.
How does that sound like on the Victocrat scale?
Yes. Yes.
So what this is saying is he did all these bad things, and then in my mind, this is the liberal, and this is just me, the liberal side saying it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Never blame the person who perpetrates it. Always blame something else. Does that sound familiar?
Well, the boys have that unbridled energy, and I've talked about this many times before. Like, school isn't designed for boys. This whole sitting still, being quiet, listening, it really isn't designed for boys. They like to get out and be energetic and do things. Now, it's up to parents and other adults to kind of hold that stallion back just a little bit and channel that energy. But it's what boys do.
I think you're missing the point of the video, though. That wasn't a boy being a boy.
I wasn't a boy being a boy.
He stole.
Yeah.
He shot somebody.
That's what boys do. Okay. Oh, also, we're getting close to graduation here. And I want to say, and I think the lyrics talked about that a little bit. Congratulations to all the young lads out there that are graduating from high school and college. But also, big ups to the kids who are graduating from high school and going to some type of trade school. I don't think we push that enough in our society. We're always saying, go to college, go to college, go to college. But there's nothing wrong with going to a trade school.
I just watched an episode with my wife, and she said, you guys got way off topic.
No, there was telling them at one point. He always gets mad when I make points.
That's not the point of the song, Cedric.
I know, but I wanted to bring that up.
Only a lie. He didn't want to do it. Only a lie. He's underprivileged and abused, perhaps a little bit confused. Nobody could help the little man had no gratitude. And when he stole the car, nobody treated him and tried to take it so far. He didn't mean to hit the poor man who had to go and die. He made the judge cry. Only a lad. You really can't blame him. Only a lad. Society made him. Only a lad. He's our responsibility. Only a lad. He really couldn't help it. Only a lad. He didn't want to do it. Only a lad. He's underprivileged and abused. Perhaps a little bit confused.
So that's again, it's the same thing. So now he hit somebody and killed him, but they're still making excuses for him.
Right. And I wasn't making excuses for him. I'm just saying boys have a lot of energy. They shouldn't go out and they shouldn't take cars and run people over. They shouldn't take guns and kill people.
So what I take from this has nothing to do with boys being hyperactive. This is about society. Mm-hmm. If somebody's underprivileged, they get away with stuff because, of course, it's society that did it. It's not Johnny, who's now shot somebody in the leg, and he ran over somebody and killed him.
Yes.
So this was happening. This is in the 80s. So he wrote this in the 80s. So it's not a new thing when we try to let the criminals and treat them like victims.
Yeah. Saying that they're victims of their surroundings.
Yeah. So to me, that's a conservative message. When you say you got to hold people accountable.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really couldn't help it. Only a lad. He didn't want to do it. Only a lad. He's underprivileged and abused. Perhaps a little bit confused. It's not his fault that he can't behave. Society's made him go astray. Perhaps if we're nice, he'll go away. Perhaps he'll go away. He'll go away.
So how many times have we heard that?
It's not his fault that he can't behave.
Society had made him go astray. But here's the lyric. Perhaps if we're nice, he'll go away. That's kind of like that whole thing. Oh, everybody's good if you just give them the chance to be good. You know, the people, somebody who's a serial killer or a murderer who's done something bad. It's like, no, they just need love. It's like, did Jeffrey Dahmer, all these people, are you going to give them love after they've killed that many people?
And I would say this about myself, and you guys can argue this in the comments section. I don't think people are basically good anyway.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of movies on it. What, Lord of the Flies and all those things. If you just put a bunch of people, if there's no structure, if there's no book, whether it be the Bible or something that tells people to be good, it's not going to happen. Yeah. So
that's where they start running over people and start shooting people in the leg.
Yeah.
You should have gone to trade school.
Perhaps if we're nice, he'll go away. Perhaps he'll go away. He'll go away. Only a lad. You really can't blame him. Only a lad. Society made him. Only a lad. Is the responsibility. Hey there, Johnny. You really don't fool me. You get away with murder and you think it's funny. You don't give a damn if we live or if we die.
So this is what I tell people. Those lyrics right there say it all. At the end, when people try to talk about Danny Elfman, oh, he's playing the other side. It's like, well, then why is he making such a good point? He's saying at the end, he goes, it's like when you watch those crime shows, and you see when the guy gets off and he smiles because of a technicality. Yeah. He knew he got away with it. And Danny Elfman here in his lyrics is saying, no, hey, Johnny boy, I hope you fry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I can't remember which movie it was. I'm a big fan of the Silence of the Lambs with Anthony Hopkins, and I don't know if it wasn't Silence of the Lambs. It was either the prequel or the sequel to that one, where at the end of the movie he's penning a letter to the detective that was trying to catch him. He said, any other society in their right mind would have me put some useful youth or have me put to death.
Yeah.
He said, here I am just living 3 squares and hot in a cot and just doing whatever.
Yeah. So those of you who think that Danny's playing the devil's advocate or something, he doesn't really feel that way. He makes a pretty strong argument for law and order, that he thinks this kid knows he's getting away with it, and he hopes that he doesn't get away with it. That's what I take. That's why I always thought the earlier lyrics, and this is the same album or CD, however, album, I'm dating myself. It is right on the wall. Look at that. Only a lad. Oingo Boingo.
It's an 8-track.
It's right there.
I know.
Capitalism's on that same album. This is actually off the EP before, but.
And you think it's funny. You don't give a damn if we live or if we die. Hey there, Danny boy.
It's good.
In the other version, so Danny Elfman in concert, he would always yodel and do this big long yodeling thing because he can yodel pretty good. In the other version of the song, which is actually off the album, he yodels there at the end a little bit more. Okay. So some people like the original, some people like the newer one that came out on the album, and then they said, one of them said, I think, hey there, Johnny, I hope you die. So he says fry here. I think in one he says die. So
the title, I don't know if we talked about it a lot. So Only a Lad. It sounds like he's kind of poking fun at that. That can't be the excuse for how a young man ends up. He's only a lad.
Right.
That's what boys do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what you were saying, that's why I kind of got on you. But look at here's the album cover from the album right here, and you can see he dressed up like in a Boy Scout thing that's tattered and arms coming out of it. So he's kind of poking fun there of Boy Scouts, saying, just because you're a Boy Scout doesn't mean you're good, which we obviously know.
What's a Boy Scout nowadays? We don't know what a boy is.
It's just Scouts now, right? You can't really call it Boy Scouts because they've taken that away.
I would think that the name being in the title would, help out. Boy Scout, Girl Scout.
Yeah,
that was good.
But I thought this fit in with what's going on today because the crime rate, including violent crimes, especially in liberal-run or Democrat-run cities, is going through the roof, and that's why people are fleeing. That's why people like me are moving to Tennessee and we're moving to red states, because there was just a shooting up in Sacramento, right?
Yeah, a mass shooting. Yeah. And we all, I don't want to get on that.
And then people, of course the Democrats will always want to take that and talk about gun control. Yeah. This guy had the gun illegally. Bad people are going to get the guns. If he was in Tennessee where you can conceal carry, guess what? He gets one shot off, and there's going to be 5 people that shoot right back.
Yep.
And there wouldn't have been anybody dying except for the person.
And this is a totally different topic. What happened in Sacramento, it irritates me. And again, here comes Cedric being the sellout or being the coon. The reason the media isn't touching it, we all know the reasons. They were jonesing. They were just salivating, hoping and praying that it was a white individual.
Was it not? I don't know who it was.
It was not a white individual.
Really?
So that's why there's complete and total radio silence now, because they found 2 brothers. That's not a play on words. They're actually related. 2 brothers. They're related. But now that they found that out, complete and total radio silence.
Because I only saw the video of the people fighting beforehand, but they weren't black.
Yeah.
They were,
the shooting. If they were white,
but then the shooter was black.
They would have got the Kyle Rittenhouse treatment. But since they are POCs, we're like, they're only lads. The society, the culture they brought up in, and made them do this, and we have to be careful and love on them. I hope they fry.
You get it. He gets the song. See, he probably didn't even know the song very well, but I went every year and saw it in concert.
You wore that shirt, or that vest. Is that a shirt or a vest?
It's like a vest. I used to have like a bright yellow tank top that I wore underneath. Those were the colors, man.
Those are your colors.
Even the Fresh Prince. Remember how the bright colors?
Slapper?
No, the Fresh Prince and Barrel. Yeah. Remember all those different colors he'd wear? And, that was the colors of the time.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now it's, what is it now? It's just red and blue.
Keep it very basic, very plain.
You got to be a bit of blood or a crip.
Yeah.
All right. So that kind of tied into this, and the reason why we're going to tie everything in. This was on the news, so I'm going to play this for you.
Open-air drug market is also creating problems for business owners. Adam Mesnick owns Deli Board on Folsom Street and worries about the safety of his employees and customers.
Any which way that they have to arrive at my deli at this point in time is dangerous for them. The drug dealing is absolutely out of control and unchecked.
He says this video he shot just yesterday is proof of the pervasive drug problem. He says a man apparently overdosed on the street and a good Samaritan jumped in to help him. The man survived.
This just underscores the problems going on with these liberal policies, and these are liberal policies. You're not going to get this from Republicans except for maybe, who's the Utah guy who's sells out there everything.
I forgot his name.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
The lack of policing, or remember the broken windows policies that they took. So these policies in New York used to be, in the 70s it was horrible. You didn't want to go to New York, 70s and 80s. Rudy Giuliani came in and he implemented these policies. He was called, of course, a racist and all this, but don't you want to go to a city where you can feel safe?
Absolutely.
And so broken windows is like you have to bust them for the little things so that they don't carry on and commit the big things. Yeah. And that's the whole philosophy. Well, that was it was used by all of the race hustlers and poverty pimps. Oh, this is racist. We can't do this. So now what do we do in places like California and New York?
And it's sad that
we let people out. So I thought this tied in with the song. Maybe you don't agree, but I think it does, because we're seeing that the crime rates in these cities, I don't know why anybody stays there. I mean, I understand, and like Cedric said, I think a couple videos ago, this affects the blue-collar worker, the people that can't afford to pick up and go. Now they have to live in this filth and this crime because they can't just pick up and move to another state.
Right.
They could, but they're too afraid, and I understand why they're afraid, because that's a commitment. If you have a job, even if it's a low-paying job, you don't know if you're going to be able to feed your family.
Exactly.
So the elites don't give a crap, because, again, they're living in their gated communities. They have guns, or their bodyguards have guns, but they say, well, take the guns away from the average person in these cities and let people out, because it's society's fault that they're that way, just like the song says, and now these cities are overridden with it.
I think I just read something today that all the people that are coming over the border in Texas, I heard they're putting them on buses and driving them to Washington, D.C.
That's what I heard. That is awesome.
Right, here you go. This is what you wanted.
Awesome.
Here they are.
Yeah, I think Abbott said that. He said, we're going to start shipping them. We're going to pay for the buses and send them to Washington, D.C. I hope he does that. It's brilliant.
Everyone that voted for the current commander-in-chief, I think they should pay $10 for gas. They might pay a lower price, and they should all house an illegal immigrant. Yeah. People get mad when I say illegal immigrant, but I don't know. People that came over the border without checking in first.
But that's illegal.
You want to say it. Yeah.
All right. Let's close it out.
All right. That was good. Thanks for sharing that.
Brings me back to my days of wearing the bright colors. Sorry, again, my chest is too huge to keep this in.
You guys had a chance to chime in last time. Brian should throw this away.
No, I'm never throwing it away. It will never be thrown away.
And I will talk to his wife, and we'll do it one day when he's gone.
No, divorce. Divorce. You cannot throw this away.
Oh, my goodness.
That'd be like throwing away my Rams jersey, Warner jersey.
And let's end it here. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and share our channel with everyone you know. And be kind to everyone, even if their name is Johnny. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later.